So God, remind them what tonight is. And for those who are here, the panelists that's about to go crazy, oh Lord, strengthen them, oh God, because we're going real rough tonight. So Lord, I thank you and and bless our evening, oh God. In your name we praise you. Amen.
Amen and amen. And that's what I'm talking about, because what does he say? We should be merry and multiply. So
Be fruitful and multiply.
fruitful and multiply. So guys, listen, it is about, just enjoying yourself. We don't like to make this too heavy, because guess what? We're here to just show you the lighter side of what we do as a business. And so for those, and I'm sorry guys, my nose is draining. I literally drank 2 packs of Belage and a Canoe. And so literally the mucus is coming. Oh my God. So, but guys, listen, it's about to go down. We want you to understand the power of what we have. And, our topic was tonight, literally being able to pitch that tent. And, the other evening, a gentleman asked me who had called about the Canoe fire. And he said, well, do women only, no, do men only have erectile dysfunction? I said, well, men have erectile dysfunction, but women do get low libido, depending on what's going on in their body, depending on if something, is really bothering them. And, I thought it was just something that we needed to speak about, because guess what? A lot of men are suffering. And I know we have some men on the line. We have the king, King Clive Campbell, who can speak for his tribe, the men on the group that, have these issues, especially if they're suffering with hypertension, and if they're suffering with even sometimes diabetes, and sometimes even the medication, sadly, messes with you, and it's not easy for the men. And I don't know, y'all, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I know in the Bahamas, a lot of men don't like to take their medication because it messes with the tent. Like, they don't do it. They refuse to take it. They ain't taking it because it messes with the tent. So I feel that we have a mission, and we should be mission driven here at Sankey. I don't know, but what say y'all? The Belageholics that are in here, those that are sanctified, y'all have a mission. Y'all have a mission to help the room. Listen, because so many men are suffering in silence because they are not checking for their health, because they feel less than. They feel less than in the bedroom.
Well, we need to raise the bar. We gotta raise the bar, okay?
I'm telling you, and it's up to us. And I will say this, maybe some of you on this line might feel some kind of way speaking to a person about that. But I'll give you an example. A gentleman called me the other day, and he's like, oh, I see the commercial about the Canoe fire and the hypertension. Da, 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 da. So I told him what it was about. And then I said, and without even a missing step, I missed no step when I said it. I said, oh, by the way, we have something that assists with the third leg. If there's any issues that mess with erectile dysfunction. I didn't stutter, and I didn't take 10 breaths before I said it. I just brought it in, and you know what he said? Man, any man who knows, any if you're dealing with any man, anything that can help with the third leg, you give it to me. I want it. That man pick up a box of Belage, and he pick up his box of Canoe. So I want to encourage every single person on this line, whether you are a part of what we do or whether you're not a part of what we do, we have a mission. And I know there's probably a lot of women right now on the call, and you're saying, well, hold on now. I can't talk about that. I'm married. Well, yes, you are married, but what about all those men out there that have nothing to do with you? And I'm not saying it's your business, but you need to help everybody. We're here to serve the humanity, man.
Yes.
You ain't sleeping with them.
Serve? What better way
you're not sleeping them. So, King Clive, I want you just to explain, if you can, a little bit. You don't have to go over the top, because I know it's late. Can you explain to us? I think he should be able to. Hold on. Let me see. He should be able to. Okay. King Clive, can you explain to us, like, how does our Belage really assist with that? I know it's circulatory, but how and does the microbiome play any role in this?
Okay. Hi. Good night, everyone. Yes. Thank you for asking. Yes. Circulation. has to do with that fellow. Heart, mitochondria. It's the connection. The cells in the heart cells may have more mitochondria in it than any other cells in the body. The brain cells will have similar amount, and muscle cells, etc. But of course, the mitochondria is what produces energy. If the mitochondria population in the cell is depleted or mostly damaged, then the heart cannot beat well and squirt your blood, pump your blood. You might hear the term ejection fraction ratio, meaning that the heart is not able to squirt the blood as well as it should. Because when a heart is healthy, it can squirt your blood 30 feet across the room. But when it's unhealthy, it is just a couple of feet. So if that is not happening, the erectile dysfunction is a strong indication that the man doesn't only have the problem pitching the tent, he has a problem with his heart. Now, that is a bigger problem. Now, that is the heart of the matter. So he needs, if he fixes the heart, he fixes that tent problem. So the most important thing we need to consider is a fixing of the heart. It is an indication that your heart is not well. You may be experiencing heart failure, meaning that the heart has gotten weaker over time. Now, that can happen both for men and for women. But a man, it shows up more in a man because, of course, he is unable to keep his tent up, and it collapses on him, especially critical moment at a critical time. It can be rather embarrassing, and he makes more excuses than the law allow. So it is critically important that we improve our heart health and our clear blood vessels, and that we have proper mitochondrial health. All of that is tied to the belage. Those are benefits of it. So we need to make sure that we take our belage to be up and running, to be proficient and efficient, so that we might do what we need to do at the right time and the right place.
Well, commercial can be. Do you want to be efficient and proficient?
Work on it, Dr. Ruth,
Then
man.
you
Work on it.
you But Clive, I know with our belage, that is definitely going to help with the circulatory. And I heard you here to the mitochondria, and I need to understand that, mitochondria is the energy of the cells. And so, I know Dr. Denise has spoken about this before, pre-ejaculation, all these different things that once again tie back to the heart, tie back to strength, tie back to muscle, to blood flow. And I know he is constantly about the gland, how important the large plays that role, and then you about making sure our arteries are clean, and that of course is our coronary fire. And so we need people to understand how important the product line is, and it's not about selling a product, but it's about really helping the world to understand what we truly have in our hands. I was speaking to someone today, and I said, I feel one of the campaigns that we need to do here is in need of health for the new norm, because the new norm is not that you want to be healthy anymore. You need to be healthy. Like there's really no choice, because there's so much going on around us, and you need your immune system up. You need all that to happen. But when we've been on lockdowns, we've been in confined quarters, we've had to fall in love again. And I know, King Clive, you spoke about last week about the mental aspect of making sure our mental clarity was in place. And you spoke about how important the belage was for that. So it's like constantly tying it back to a product line that was created to basically make us superhuman. And, I heard Dr. Denise on her Roof Tropics radio station today, where she said, don't get it confused. Don't get superhuman confused with bionic and robotic. It simply means we want full health. We want to be able to say that we have that healthy living that you were talking about, Clive, the energy at the cell base, and making sure it's all happens. But there's also another side to that for women, because I know I had a very dear friend of mine who had basically severe low libido because of her diabetes. And I don't sometimes think men even realize that for women, because that whole, oh, I have a headache, let me turn over. Oh, I have a headache, not tonight. It sometimes is tied back to just having that low libido, and also, of course, mental clarity. But then it goes back to the barrage again, tying this into the barrage and making sure that we have the barrage on lock. But another question I wanted to ask, just to make it light, was that how many women in here go above and beyond when it does come to the bedroom? And you can unmute your mic and share.
I need not respond. Everybody know the answer.
Bedroom bully, you can respond. You can respond.
It's just taking up too much airtime because you know that I'm not gonna back down from anything. If I have to break my back to flip the bed, I can flip it and break the back. I don't care. Afterwards, I worry about that.
Well, you know who I can call on, because she always shares with us.
It's Lisa.
You understand? You know I was calling for Lisa. I'm like, Lisa, where are you when you need her? Miss Brathwaite.
I am right.
Do you go above and beyond?
I write here with Marva. Break the back.
Man, don't do it. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Crick crack monkey, break it back.
Man, don't do it. Cole.
Who you?
Queen Adriana. Do you go above and beyond?
It's a need.
Man, don't do it. Wow, take it. End the story. Finish. Over. Crack, break your back. And it's a need. That's what I'm talking about.
It's a need.
Wow. Who?
Jesus help me.
We have on this line daring enough just to tell us, how far do you, like, for instance, I remember, and it was so hilarious, when I was walking and all that stuff, I got myself one of them. You ever saw Flirty Girls? I don't know. Anybody, my internet's going in and out, so I don't know if y'all flirt.
Yeah,
I saw Flirty Girls on the TV. I'm a person, I'm like, how we up at this time of night? Child, I used to be up all hours of the night. So all those infomercials has come on in the middle of the night, right? Mm-hmm. So in the middle of the night, Flirty Girls comes on, these women dancing over the chairs and over the pole and pulling themselves on the pole and flinging themselves all over the place. Mm-hmm. So big girl, because I was bigger than what I am now. This tiny. I was a big girl. I was like, oh, okay, I got this. So I went and I bought my pole. Now, child, when I bought my pole, my husband looked at me and said, what the hell is this? What are you doing with this? I was like, I put my pole up in the room. He said, who installing it? I said, the guy who's coming in, your friend who's installed. He said, my friend ain't installing no pole for you. But I say that to say that, like me, I'm a person like Queen Lisa, like Marva, like Adriana said, crack, break your back. You gotta do what you gotta do.
That's right.
You have to please your mate. That is so important, to make sure that you're doing what is necessary. And in some cases, because of their insecurities that are happening, maybe in the bed, then you still have to make it up. I was speaking to a lady the other day, and her husband, I think, had a minor stroke of some sort. And he still had, he said he didn't really feel any effects from the stroke. However, he was always tired, always very fatigued. And I think he still had severe, not pressure, but diabetes. And so, he was getting on the product system. And as we were talking and discussing, I said to him, well, the Balage will also help with making sure the tent is pitched. But child, him and his wife say, hallelujah, glory, glory, hallelujah. Miss me, what's going on here? He say, man, you just made her day. She was so happy. So I say that to say that there's people that are suffering, guys. They're truly suffering. And it is our job to be very clear and concise on what we have to offer.
Mhm.
Like there's no need to be bashful and ashamed of a product line that is absolutely amazing. There's no need.
None at all. And you know, Dr. Rothan, we're on the line here. There's 30 of us on the line right now. And I'm hoping and praying that nobody here is having issues like this and not taking the opportunity to get the information and use it. Because this is what it's all about. Yes, we're skinning our teeth and we're having fun, you know, like we're little teenage girls. But I tell you, this is powerful. I mean, I'm a church lady, okay? I don't wear the hat because I don't look cute in hats, but I'm a church lady and I'm a prayer warrior, so figure that out. But I'm telling you, I am not going to hide what God gave me. You know what I mean? I'm going to use it to the best of my ability. I once told my mom that I'm even when I'm dying, I've got one foot in the grave and the other foot is going to be in the ceiling, you know, because I'm painting that ceiling. You know, my mom just thought I was crazy. But the thing about it, I just want us to have healthy thoughts about sex. Sex is not nasty. Sex is great. God created this for us, you know. So let's get busy, ladies. I see there's ladies on here. Get busy.
Hold on, Miss Veronica put a whole pile of fives. Now, Veronica, you know you gotta unmute yourself and just let us know what them fives for now. Let us know. Let a sister know what's fives for. We need to know what you're agreeing with here. What you're agreeing with. So, Miss Veronica, what are you agreeing with this evening?
I agree. Good evening, everyone. I agree with what Queen Marva is saying, and earlier what you say, Dr. Rutan. I totally agree. You have to do what you have to do, because if you don't do what you have to do, then you same one is gonna get sort of complain. He's going out there to do this and do that, and you were right there, could have done what you're supposed to do, and you don't do it. So you see, it's all about satisfying your companion. That's why you have him, because if you don't satisfy that person, he's gonna go out there, and none of us want that to happen. So we need to go behind and above.
Yeah.
And can I say something about this?
Please.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things I noticed on the group chat, I know it was a joke or something, but I know that since I've been exercising more and I've been having my hormones are more balanced, I don't have to use lubrications. I don't have to use nympho creams. I don't have to use eatable, products to get lubricated. I'm actually already having it like lubrication coming out of me, like when I was 25, 26, and I'm 50. Main reason why that is because I went to the doctor, and I asked the doctor, check me. I need to have a checkup, like totally. And he told me, your hormones are getting better. And it's because I'm still exercising, staying away from stress. I do not answer any calls or be around where it's negativity, because we as women, we deal with a lot of emotion and feelings. And then if we're not good with our hormones and our ways of living, it's gonna affect the men when we are married. I'm married, but I know when I was single, I was too cranky. And when I got married, I was still cranky. But I mean, lately, for the past few years, I have been better since I've been doing Sankey and going to the gym and staying away from stress and all of that. And I'm saying this just to help you guys who are in here right now. It has helped me, and it's gonna continue to help me. And I'm seeing ladies in Bimini and in Freeport watching me, and now they are believing in what I'm taking. And when I tell them, I even asked my husband, how do you feel now? How's it feel when every time we finish? He's like, babe, you kidding me? He gets shy. I'm no, I need to know, but I could feel the difference. I could feel the difference. He's not here now. He's in another key. But I'm just saying it's different when you exercise, you flex. I
Eat
noticed those
right.
things that I put on the group chat. It does work.
Yeah. Yeah. Of
I'm
course.
telling you, and eating right and exercising, staying away from stress, because guess what I find out? Sex, it prevents you from cancer.
Hmm.
It's amazing what sex could do for you from head to toe, inside and out,
Prevents
when you do it
cancer.
the right
I'm
way
gonna
for
have to
yourself.
do that.
Just being real.
Mm-mm. Yeah, nobody want to have cancer. You hear that, ladies? Nobody want to have cancer. So you know what you got to do? Mark up your calendar. Make sure you get everything in.
And your massages, guess
Marva
what?
is not the first I
The
hear that,
massages works too.
Yeah.
Those who have back problems,
It's not the first I
you
hear
guys
about the
need
cancer
to get a
thing.
massage once a month, twice a month, or once every week, depending on how much your high level of stress is at work. You need to get one. And I just appreciate Ruth Ann getting hers every once a month. She gets her once a month. Sometime it might be 2, or it all depends. But you have to get your massage. You have to get your therapy.
Yeah,
For
massage are
you.
good.
For you. Not for nobody, for you.
Of course.
So that's my 30 cents.
Well, and the thing is, I think people need to understand we are here to promote health, health
Yes.
in a fun way, a light way, for you to understand that, it is business, because we want to see healthy persons. We want you to be healthy. We want to be healthy. We want to see you healthy. And so that is the reason for these calls. This is why we have this conversation, and the conversation is open to everybody. So don't think, we are the know-it-alls. No, we ain't no know-it-alls. We want you. We want you to speak. We want to hear what you have to say. We want to hear your opinions. Opinions count here. Okay.
Yes.
How has the product helped with you? We had a gentleman who was confined after, I think it was like an accident. He was confined to a wheelchair. He's right in Nassau. And he called, I remember Nurse Donnelly, like, Kurt, what's in that? She's like, what? And when she told me, I knew what she was going to go for. And sure enough, he said, man, that bring the dead alive.
Hey.
I haven't had that ain't raised in forever. But it goes back to what King Clive spoke about earlier. Mitochondrial health. Where we throw some really crazy words around here. Microbiome, mitochondrial, nanotechnology, biotechnology, all fermentation process. And people be like, yeah, y'all just trying to say y'all smart. No, seriously. That's what the products is do. For real, for real.
You know something? I would like to hear.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I would like to hear some of the men on this call speak up, because we're women. We know what we want all the time. And just about when we were younger, we weren't allowed to have it. So now that we can have it, we're doing breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And so I just want to know how the men feel about having a woman in his life that is very, very, very flexible, and always want to have sex.
They take it next level. So we have Renford, we have Andrew.
Call them out.
Any other men's names. Mr. Smith. I don't know if that's a Mr. Smith or Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Mr. Smith is on the line. So man, we want to hear from y'all. Open your line, speak to us, have a conversation. Are you out there? Mr. Renford Campbell, Mr. Andrew Bean. Who else? Anybody
Mr.
else out there?
Campbell.
King Clive, man. Clive, speak to us, man. Speak to us. Don't let the women take over.
Maybe he likes that.
It's an interesting topic, because it goes back. I'm thinking sometimes when a lot of folks get married, they are virgins. They were protected. They were untouched, unspoiled, and they work their experiment and things like that. So sometimes when the women don't understand a man's needs. That just as how you prepare for him his breakfast and his meals every day, he is going to be expecting and in need of some things every day. Now, what is interesting is that a woman, if she has hormonal imbalances, she may go and depend a lot upon her feelings. I don't feel for this today. I am stressed out. I am tired. My boss is overworking me and all kind of different things. And she doesn't know that she will have to somehow find a way to accommodate this guy because men are from Mars. And because women are not from Mars, they don't understand exactly what is going on in a man's mind. And I'm thinking that somewhere along the line, we need to find a way that when women are getting married, that somehow we will have them to understand that you must cater for your man, whether or not you have issues, you're having an argument, whether you are in the mood. What do you do when you're in a bad mood, but he is in the mood? Do you say to him, you got to understand this, and put him off, put him off, put him off? Because sometimes some ladies, does not have a bad day, but she's having a hormonal imbalance. And as I think Marva alluded to it, that some women are always in the mood for it. That is one thing. But there's some women, the flip switch, never in the mood for it. How then do you cater for the man? How do you remain relevant and allow him to stay home and all want to come home? Because some men not getting anything, yeah, man. Somebody else want to play down with them guys, and or if you know what I mean. So might be tempted otherwise. So I'm thinking that it will be good if women can reason among themselves and say to each other how may be best for them to respond when they are not necessarily in the mood, especially for a period of time, because there's a part of the woman's cycle when she's seeing her menses that already is denied, possibly for what, a week. Some women, if it is really off, might be 2 weeks. So already half of the month for some men, nothing ain't going on. And then in between that now, it has to be fishing between her mood, between her being tired, between her being whatever, and therefore he may be starved. How is that going to affect the relationship? And how does a woman, in spite of how she feels, still cater for? I'm wondering if someone would like to respond to that.
Can I say
Seminar.
something? Can I say something about that?
Definitely, go ahead.
Okay, one, if she has a period, you could have oral sex. Simple. I'm going straight up. Shoot her. Second of all, I'm tired, not when I get home. My mind have to be programmed. I don't know. This is how I do it because this is my first marriage and my ever marriage. And for me, I have to work it out. Because why? Because two things. And one thing, divorce is in my family and I'm going to work it out. And my family is divorced. So I'm not going to do that. So I put in my mind, whatever I'm doing, I can't be tired. I got to do something to get it back together. If we have a disagreement, we always make up before we go to bed. And then if he's tired, I will do something that he ain't gonna be tired no more. That's me. That's me. Have a good night.
I love that. See, because that, and well, the thing is, Clive, I heard what you said, and then I feel like sometimes that can go both ways. Because you could have a woman that's maybe hypersexually active, and then the man's like,
Annoying.
like
It's
nobody,
annoying.
she won't go 3 rounds, and he like, my boy, sweetie, I
I
love you
could
and
tell you
all,
the
but
pattern in my ceiling.
hey, I need to go to sleep. But she won a couple more times, and he looking at her sideways. But
That's all you want.
well,
That's all you ever want.
and I think sometimes even that makes women feel some kind of way, because like if you go towards your man and he turns away, does some little like he running, like you be like, hold on now, something going on, and women's intuition is kicking, and then we want to whip your hip. Like it's a good, like my auntie is calling, we ain't woman, we is whoop man. So kick ya. But but it's like we have to figure out like that, like you say, Clive, where's that balance? But I know I agree with Adriana when she said it is a mental thing, but that's conversation. It goes back to, I think, a couple of weeks ago when we spoke about conversation, communication, and I think a few said, man, in certain cultures, it ain't happening. That ain't happening, period. But I think, Clive, it really goes to having conversations in the beginning. Because if you don't have proper communication and have understanding of certain things from the beginning, it's always going to be a problem.
You see, part of the challenge, you see, is that a woman is never required to rise to the occasion. The man has to. He may have challenge rising to the occasion each time. So he may be making an excuse because he's spent. He's not able to get it all up and going. But see the woman advantage? She doesn't have anything that she needs to ride.
No,
She
but you can't
does
even
though, Clive. Hold on,
No. So
Clive.
because it is
I know you
obvious.
saying you have a man has a physical component, but would you
Yeah.
believe a woman has a physical component? I know men might not think that, they just think chuck it in and it's all good. But that ain't so for women, I mean, I know y'all think it is, but that really ain't it like, a woman, listen, a woman, and I know my women on here, so don't play plum with me. Y'all know, y'all have laid there before. Oh yeah. Oh, he think he is doing the work. Oh yeah. Oh, and you're like, man, listen, I won't watch Law and Order. Let's hurry up, get this over.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
My show on. And so I say that to say that women, listen, women on here, don't play with me and act like y'all don't know what I'm talking about.
No, you see, Dr. Ruth Ann, I think we're approaching this thing from the wrong angle. I think what we need to do is to give all the women on this call permission to be a woman and to explore things, because we were taught as women. Well, I didn't go to school on that one. I didn't go to the school that day, but we were taught to be ladies, to not say certain things in public. So even with my saying certain things, people must be saying, "My God, I would never."
You can't be a godly woman. You're talking about sex
like
you be doing it all the time.
You know what I'm saying? I'm on my knees a lot. I pray. I'm on my knees. But let me tell you, a lot of us need to let go. Let go. You are no longer a teenager when you're afraid of getting pregnant or not being a virgin for your husband when you get your husband. So now that you're old enough, you're probably already married and probably have 1 or 2 children or even more. It is okay. Pack your husband back and go away for a weekend, 2 days. 2 days where nobody
get
knows
some
your
whipped
name.
cream, some strawberries, and just woo-hoo!
If you're not
would say,
nobody knows.
Exactly. But Rutha, guess what I had to do for our anniversary? My husband wanted to go to Freeport. I said, heck no, you and Cat Key, I come in there. We stay a whole week, no family, nobody around. He had to work, but that was amazing. It was nobody. We had so much sex that we haven't had in a whole year.
I don't know about that,
And we was on the beach. We was on the side of the dock. We was everywhere, and we was just doing it. And Cat Key. Did we care? We did not care. That was the most freedom we ever had. No work, nobody there.
Adriana, I want everybody to be honest here, because I know all of us are church women, and we're all God-fearing, and we all pray.
Well, I do it in the car if it's possible.
Hold on. I want to ask a question, and I want everybody to be honest.
Is I ready? He better be ready, because I always ready.
Adriana, let me say something. I want to know, let's be honest, guys. How many of y'all is getting a little excited when y'all do it somewhere else other than y'all bed?
That feels so good.
Oh, yes.
Good.
Now you hear Veronica say, yes.
Let me tell you something. Ain't nothing like when you doing that sneaking thing. What? That's especially in the water. When you go inside the water in the night, oh my God.
So, Miss Veronica, how does it how does it be? That's little, that's the sneaky thing, is be a little, oh sweet.
Yeah, it's more smooth. Your body feel different. It feel relaxed. It's so much different because it's like just you're used to the bed, you're used to the floor, you're used to there, whatever. But you go to the beach, you go to the bath. It's so much different. It's so much different.
In the car,
In the car, wherever you are, just
on top
like
of the hood.
not in the house. It's good. You go to the bush, you go to the beach.
Yeah, who?
You go
I'm not going in any bush. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
What you
I'm not a
mean,
bush woman.
girl?
No. I'm not going in
It's
any bush.
true.
Well, you ain't going. I going.
No way.
I mean, when I say the bush, I mean because I'm living in the country. You go to the farm. That's what I mean. I'm living in the country.
Oh,
But not the cows and the chicken feed.
Yeah. So
and
you know, Ruth, and I want to say something about Sir Clive had said earlier. For me, I always said that I'm not sharing my man. So if
No.
my man come in and said, well, baby, you know, and if I'm tired, because I'm a person, I love to work. I just always find something to do. I always working, and I always tired. But for me, I am not going to turn him off and say, no, I'm feeling pain here and there and there. And then when my antenna cock up, I hear that he's seen somebody outside the road. I am not gonna in it because when I just met him, I said to him, let me enlarge you on some things that I don't like and the type of person I am. The number one thing I tell him that I'm a very jealous person, and my jealous starts with capital J and finish with a capital S. And so if I'm going to outline certain things, when it come on to him now to release himself, having fun with your wife, it's not your girlfriend or somebody sitting at the road, is your wife or your husband. You cannot try to find excuse. You're sending me out there because somebody's out there saying, hi, here am I'm ready anytime you are ready. So you make sure, say at the house, you make sure that everything, as we learned earlier, you need to read a book. You need to know the person. You need to start to read that person. So for me, I'll make sure that whenever time is ready, because women don't have to ready. You can just lay there and it just automatically become into the
no,
team.
it's not true. No.
Marva, that is for you. But
No.
most women, if you're not vexed, so you're right there, you automatically, you can turn on automatically. If you're
No.
not in the bed. But
I'm
for
not an
you, Marva,
author.
it might be not so.
Yeah,
Listen,
I
am
agree.
ready.
I see. I think that's what King Clive was saying regarding, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, King Clive, where you said a man has to get ready versus a woman. And like I said, a woman can act like it's there, or they can act like it's not. And like Veronica said, it eventually happens. And like Mava says, for her, it doesn't. But majority of women, either you could act like it happening and still he gets satisfied, so he ain't going nowhere else, right? Or
well, I'm sorry. If I'm not getting pleasure, he getting none either. I am not gonna pretend I'm making funny noises. If it's not for real, I'm pretty honest about those things, right? And if I have to play the ass to make my man satisfied, I might as well let him go get another woman, because we're supposed to be enjoying each other. I'm gonna be going, oh baby, you know, when it's not even true. No, that's no.
Marva, what I'm saying is that I'm not saying you're gonna tell whatever and pretend, but for me, sometimes you might even have an argument or something, not even an argument, but something might happen, you just don't want to. But then he wanted to have sex with you. You're not gonna turn him off and turn him back or turn this other way, going to the other room or sit in the living room, doing something in the kitchen or something like that. You're gonna go there. He's gonna, because some man just want to have sex. There's nothing gonna stop them from having sex. They just want to have sex, especially because when their penis go up, they give them pain. So you're not gonna sit there. I don't think we're gonna have the heart to sit looking at the man having pain and just let him have pain.
I didn't say that I'm not gaming. I'm just saying I'm not playing. I am serious. This is serious business. I am not playing at all. right? I am serious as a judge. I don't care, even if I just tell him about his mother and he tell me about his mother, I don't care. By the time things are ready, whoops.
Y'all all know who talking, right?
Yeah.
That ain't no that ain't normal. That ain't normal.
It is normal. Listen, listen to me.
Baseline tell time when you tick and tack up. Style you no short, a gyal enough you up.
Yeah, you was hardcore bedroom bully boy.
Listen to me.
You
It's
them.
me. Life is
You
too
know,
short.
you only can laugh because you know that's hardcore. That's
Life
called
is too short.
put it in place.
Life is too short to hold up anything in my. Are you kidding? My husband, I don't even know if somebody tell him no outside the street, he would probably be frightened, doesn't know what it means. Because I've never
Listen to
told
me.
him no.
Marva, let me tell you how you sound. You know
Mhm.
how a man will drag a woman across the bed and bring her to the edge of the bed. Now, y'all women, y'all know what I'm talking about, right? You know when the man is drag you across
Yeah.
the bed and bring you to the edge and
Yes.
do what he have to do? Man,
Mhm.
Marva, you sound like you was get him and drag him across the edge of the bed and say, flip,
That's
let's do
right.
this and make this happen.
Listen to me. I'm at work and I'm thinking of positions, okay? I'm
Man,
thinking what position I
Kama
could get this
Sutra!
man into. Yeah. Yeah. Miss
Listen,
Lisa.
guys, we have Marva on here, and Marva is the queen. She is the queen of the bedroom bully. Like she is hardcore bedroom bully. I don't know how much better to say it.
Love how you
Some people.
sexy, you round and fat up. Have your palmy base, girl, the whole place smash up. I born as a bedroom bully. Bedroom bully for the girl picking it.
Who's a bedroom bully?
There are probably
Take it.
some more people on this call. The reason why they can't open their microphone is because they are worse than I am. And if they open the microphone, everybody gonna know because their name is there. Next time you come on and put
Hello?
Mr. or Miss X, just make sure you put triple X, Mr. or Mrs. Triple X, and nobody know your voice, so you can talk freely. But now we all know we know all your all your names now.
Yeah, because we want, guys, this is the open forum. There's no one here to judge. There's no judgment here. But we just want persons to know that we have a product that can excite the bedroom.
Yeah.
If you don't understand what the Ballage can truly do for your life, whether it's you heard King Clive talk about that stress is coming home. Drink your Ballage before you leave work.
Yeah.
Get your mind in order. It calms your
your body's
spirit.
a bit weak, like if you got a woman got some weight on her, you're not strong enough, drink their sake.
You understand? Balance your hormones. You have hormonal imbalance. Your testosterone and your estrogen a little off whack. Drink your Hasaki. Make sure drink that Hasaki and throw a shot of Ballage in. I mean, I know y'all think we be joking, guys, but we be
We're
serious.
serious. We're very
We are
serious.
very serious.
Yeah. Don't be shy. Is there anybody who have not spoken already? Want to open, even to say hi and close with your microphone? Anybody?
Hi.
Who's saying hi? Who just said hi?
Was that Lisa?
I thought so, I thought it was one Miss Lisa pretending. So who just said it was Lisa?
I just spoke about the word pretending. It causes us to ask how much pretense has really gone on more time just to make the man feel as if he's king. What does that sound?
Listen.
I'm wondering because oh yes, the great pretender. In terms of the sounds and the noise, that's it. The kind of man can't pretend, because it's either can get it up or it can't get it up.
Huh.
But the ladies, the point I was making that the ladies doesn't really too much have that major problem of getting it up.
But we have mechanism, to cause us to look bad now, because we're not in the mood. We get a sandbox for you, right? There's a sandbox waiting for you, right? So if we're not doing it right, God help you. I think Dr. Rosen dropped off, eh?
Oh, okay, I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
I see Stacy is host now. So when she gets back, we can just let you get jump. Just put her back
Mhm.
as host. Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of people believe that um, proper bedroom performance is natural, but like everything else, it's an art, and you have to learn it.
Mm.
A lot of people believe that they know and they don't know. And I'm thinking that the right forum need to take place. I don't know, is this a part of responsibility for the church? Is this
It is.
too unspiritual for the church to guide their young people and their married people, etc.? Is it do they have retreats that they discuss it? Is it something to a sticky wicket situation for pastors to discuss? Is it left alone and therefore is something that a lot of persons suffer through this because nobody ever dared to mention it. They are part of the church for 20, 30 years and nobody has ever said anything in that department. And the couple is at home struggling and they really need some help and they don't think about going to
Yeah.
a sex therapist or a marriage counselor to get some help. And they
Hmm.
languish and the relationship is strained and it is only getting gradually worse. And there's a lot of pretense going on, you know.
Yeah.
So I think one of the things we're looking at earlier on is if the woman is she willing to be able to satisfy the man when there may be even a few issues. Sometimes everything is not all honky dory. How do you respond to your spouse when there was an argument or the dust has not been finally settled? If something is still hanging in the air, how do you deal with that? You know, so
Can I
mhm,
can I ask a question, Clive?
yes.
No, you just said something there. How do you deal if the man has issues, right? But when coming to the man, it is treading so lightly because the man is fragile. But then when they're speaking about the woman, or they go make the man go outside, right? So then there is issues on both sides. So then what we have to say is how do you treat when you have issues on both sides? Because some women have issues, some men have issues.
I think it's a case where, it always seems to be the man who has to be proven himself. He has to behave himself in order to, you know, so he always have something to prove. Even before he even walk down the aisle, he has something to prove. And he's in the relationship, he still has something to prove. And sometimes he feels emasculated because of how he is judged. And there are so many issues because sometimes mentally, because sex begins in the mind, mentally, he has challenges and he is wondering if he's living up to the expectation that he has. And he can fail because sex is a mental thing. So it's a lot of issues that the man is facing. And I'm wondering how much his wife, his spouse can help him through difficult moments so that he can have confidence again. Because when he loses confidence, it affects performance.
Well, can I tell you something, Clive?
Mhm.
I believe that some of the men having issues because of their spouse, because of the woman. Because you see, some behavior of the woman turns the man off so badly that he can't have an erection for her, right? She
Mm.
says nasty things. She doesn't do anything right. She doesn't work outside, but the house is a mess. Um, she belittles him and saying that if only you were working more money, I could quit my job. Any little thing, or she makes more money than him, she would tell him stuff like, if it wasn't for me, you would starve already. You wouldn't have a roof over your head. All this thing.
Mm.
So sometimes a man cannot perform hearing or knowing that his wife thinks certain way. And sometimes the woman is cruel. She doesn't even say it. She just acts it out. She just walk a certain way and look at him at a certain way. There's no way an erection
Atti-
can come with that.
the attitude they're talking about, man. Those attitudes are
Yes.
real.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
So there are a lot of issues, and some of these things goes unresolved
Okay.
until it gets gradually
Yes.
worse.
Okay,
And
Stacy.
And
You
you
got to put
see,
Dr. Rutan back as host.
Yeah, I'm right here. I'm right here.
and
Um,
you see, that's something that I go to say too just now. A
Mm.
lot of times it's unresolved issues.
Mm.
A
mhm.
person don't just behave a certain way just like that.
No.
You see, when issues are unresolved, when a person refuses to address certain things, you understand? And over
Yeah.
time, it become a serious issue where the woman she don't even might want to lie down by you because you're not you don't address things. If things not addressed, it has people who like me, I could quarrel now and next 5 minutes I good, I back to normal. But everybody not like that.
Mm.
I
It
don't
have a,
quarrel.
it have the people who want to be heard. So if we having an issue, let us sit down and resolve it. But a lot of times
So
a
Lisa,
lot
are
of
you saying
times,
that it goes
sometimes
back
men just
to
want to jump in the bed and bypass the issue. Some
Mm.
people don't function like that. So they get you a cold shoulder, they act a certain kind of way, that could be a turn off. But a lot of times, it's issues that not being resolved. That's just my little two cents.
so can y'all hear me? Because I don't know if my computer is working or not. So y'all tell me if y'all can hear me.
Yeah, I'm
Can y'all
hearing
hear
you.
me?
Yes.
Yes.
So it sounds like to me, again, going back to communication, like this is like we are really in the world having a communication problem with our partners. And some are
Mhm.
masterful at it. Some people can master it and have mastered it, but not all of us have. And you asked the question, Clive, how does a woman deal with a man that is going through something? I know that I went through that for years. Hypertensive partner, eventually had to have a mitral valve replacement. So double, I think, as I call it, double heart surgery or something, double bypass or whatever. So, two valves changed and all that stuff. And was it easy? No, it wasn't. But I was very supportive. I tried my best, and to whatever it was more so like whatever was however he could perform. Then it was like, okay, if that's his performance, that type of way. Now, was it maybe okay for me? Not really, probably, but I supported what was going on. So it's like, where is that balance? And does one get neglected because the other one is having problems, or do we then have that conversation again and be like, okay, you know, something we need more. We need more, not I need more. We need more because it's a partnership.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, well, I need this and I need no. When you're in a marriage or in a partnership, it's we need more because just because a gentleman, uh, for a lack of a better word, comes, it doesn't mean the woman is satisfied.
Yeah.
And there's some men out there that, Clive, honestly, they call the 1 minute brothers in and out. You don't even know they was there.
Mhm.
Huh.
You don't
Yeah.
even know they was there, and a woman still sitting there going, "Well, Modestek, what happened? What was that? Like, what
Oh
was
my
that?"
God.
He must be an anesthetist. He felt nothing.
Ooh,
And
cataract to the
then you
ceiling.
have no, but then no, seriously, you have some women who are are sometimes very materialistic. So they sometimes look past the bedroom and only look at what the gentleman can contribute otherwise.
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
And they're like, okay, you know what? He provides the bills are paid. He don't sweetheart on me. So okay, you know what? He good. Whatever else, I'll deal with whatever I have to deal with in the bedroom, whether it is or it isn't. But I think it still goes back to communication. It's having those talks and sometimes hard talks that you really don't want to talk about
Mhm.
because because even Clive as a man, you don't want to emasculate your man either.
Mhm.
You never want him to feel less than, but
Yeah.
you know, I remember when we were having a conversation, I think it was about 3 weeks ago when we were talking about even the Jamaican culture saying, oh, well, sit down and do this for him. And I think Marvel was like, huh? And I think another person said, yeah, okay, you try that and see what'll happen. Like that, throwing petals down and they're going to look at you sideways.
I also think that Caribbean men in particular may be having a type of issue because based upon presentations I've heard by Professor Hilary Beckles from the university, because of the 300 years of slavery and the diet that we have been fed, we tend to become candidates of high blood pressure and diabetes. It is scientifically proven that after you have diabetes for 10, 15 years, that organ is going to be affected.
Yep.
So a lot of ladies, they are being discounted in their bedroom situation. And the man is having these issues. Worse, some of them drink and they smoke and exacerbate already delicate situation. How does the woman realistically relate to that situation? That she can have diabetes, she can have high blood pressure, and it does not necessarily affect her better performance. But if he has it, it is going to affect it.
Right.
Yeah, because he have an outsy, we have an insy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
So
mean,
these are
to what
real
Veronica
issues.
said. We can lay there and take it
Yeah.
versus a man has to create it.
Who
It has to be
counsels?
created.
Yeah, who's counseling the couple? Who's helping them through a difficult phase? Who's helping the man to fix back his health so indeed he can reverse? And that is what these products are here to do.
Yes.
Reverse, recover,
Yeah.
so Charlie can be restored.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you know what? I'm thinking that no young lady should leave her parents' house without getting instructions on how to treat her husband and how to treat herself and and how to be healthy. If you're going to be the one preparing the meals, make sure you're doing healthy meals. If he's the one, so you sit with this couple and talk with them. So start from parents on both sides. And then if they're in the church, the minister and his wife, or the wife and the minister and her husband, whatever. But there has to be open dialogue and to say, expect this, because some young guy probably doesn't even realize that a woman has her period and she's not going to have sex right after the period. They have to be a few days after, right? And so he doesn't understand that. He doesn't understand that some women actually really truly get headaches, right? So she has a headache. Oh, it's because you have a man out there. You have a man out there.
Okay, Mava, with what you just said, because I think this is another thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you always have to have sex?
No.
And I'm not even just talking about oral and all that, but do we always have to have sex? Like can't you just touch the senses, tingle the senses? Well, not more than cuddle, man. More than cuddle, like stimulate the senses by running your fingers over the legs and the body and having the music, the soft lighting, creating atmospheres that calm. Like we said, you Hurricane Clive, you're coming in, you're upset, you're angry, whatever. You had a bad day, the boss made you mad, you're bringing it home, the kids are making noise. Just calming each other down to the point where you can enjoy
have the
each
light
other.
down low, play some nice saxophone music or something, or some violin music, and just
and just create that atmosphere. Like I think we have to, so that you can create the atmosphere of what you really want, understanding that life is gonna happen.
But that's making love,
it's gonna happen. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
and just
making love doesn't have to have penetration.
Right.
So you're talking about romance.
Yes.
There we go.
That's the word.
In some situation, no romance because of the finance.
That's true.
You said thing that
sign them up.
It's a very delicate thing,
Yes,
because sometimes both on both sides you're living with a little hurt. You might accommodate each other for sex sometimes, but the romance it's not really going to be there. Let's not fool ourselves. It's not
Oh
all
yes.
hunky-dory here because there are a few issues. We may accommodate each other, but don't expect me to come run my hand over your back, use some lotion and massage your shoulders. The early
Stop, stop,
days,
stop, stop, stop.
the early days, but eventually, because there are issues, it's a bit. So hold on there. All of a sudden you bring your baby out. What you did wrong now? What happened? What you're trying to sweep me up about? So all of a sudden, what he's trying to do, how she's trying to do, might be done in a very suspicious manner. All of a sudden, you like you get back here, fire. So
Oh,
this marriage and relationship situation is not easy, and these trying times makes it even more complicated. And when
yeah.
ladies begin to have children, how does that affect the dynamics of the relationship?
When there's a child in your bed
Trust
every
me,
night.
it's well. The thing is, like, I know for me, and I only can speak for myself, but being married from the age of 19, um, one, when I met my husband, he had kids. So before I had children, I had two kids. So before I gave birth to my daughter, which would have been a couple of months after I gave, I think like 7 or 8 months after we got married. No, 7 months, because I was pregnant right before I got married. Um, I had kids. And so what I realized, I missed out on me and my husband. Like I don't think we ever bonded. Like, I know that sounds insane. We were together. We have been together. We are currently getting a divorce, but we were together for 25 years. But I feel like we never bonded because it was always about the children. Like it immediately became from, oh, I'm married, ooh,
Yeah.
life. Like you didn't even have that opportunity to say, well, let's get to know each other. What's going on with you?
Hmm.
There was none of that.
The
It was,
courting is important
yeah,
too.
it didn't happen. It did that
Yeah.
I personally don't think we allowed ourselves to bond as a couple. And I think that is so vitally important. To get that bond, to really know each other's dislikes, wants, desires, needs, because as soon as kids are around, the table switches. I think you said it the other day in one of the meetings, Clive, one of the Thursday night meetings, where you said about the wife. Once the kids are around, the husband kind of feels little neglected because her focus is now them. And, as women, we do anything for our children. Yes, we love our husbands, but we would do anything for our kids.
Well, what I could never understand, why can't both of them enjoy the children at the same time? Why is it have to be?
Yeah, but see, I think that goes back to communication. I really think it goes, like, communication is so vitally important. It's crazy. Like, I think if all of us communicated better and had these better conversations, I think we would definitely see a difference in what's happening in relationships.
Also,
but it takes two people to have a conversation. That's the crazy part too.
yeah, I don't know what you ladies, others may think about women who may use sex as a reward system in the relationship. If you take out the garbage, if you keep that place clean, if you cut the lawn, if you whatever, and so it's a reward system. If you don't do that, nothing happening. Do you agree with the reward system there?
I don't think that's right. Like, I don't think that's right. That you think is wrong.
No, but it does happen, right? It does happen. Gotta help those poor men in the house, or even the woman too. Some men do that too. The lady's having her cycle and she's in a lot of pain, so she didn't cook. And when the cycle is over, he still doesn't come near. So, but women mostly do that though. I've had conversation with ladies, with the woman network. When women get together, we talk about relationships and stuff. And there are people who saying that, oh no, nothing during the week. Got to be in the weekend. He's lucky if you get one day in the weekend. And I'm like, what?
Wow.
Yeah.
No, man.
Sometimes it not only a reward system, but by means of as a weapon, a punishment.
Yes.
Because you did not remember my birthday, so therefore 1 month, 1 week demerit points.
What? No, man.
Oh,
Sound like being
yeah.
exposed
all,
to
all kind of
classmates.
all kind
Mm,
of different things happen, man.
I malice
Wow,
my
no,
husband
I
one
don't,
time
I
for
don't, I
sex,
don't,
eh?
I don't think rewards. I think that's unfair. Because I could just, imagine the man saying, "Well, what do you need that money for? No, your hair doesn't need to be done." Da, da, da. Like, no, babe, no, nope, nope, nope.
Dr. Ruth Ann, I'm malice my husband for sex already. Malice, malice. I mean, like serious malice. Wouldn't talk to him, and guess what? I was near to have her child. I was right there. I had the baby a few days later, and I was so upset because I'm saying now, how many weeks I'm gonna have to go without now? You know.
Mm.
So
Guys, trust me, if I have on my laptop, guys, y'all know I would have swing a little bedroom bully in there, right?
it's not though. I know what I want, and I think that I am entitled to it. Right? I am not going to ask the neighbor to help me. It's not like I want to drive a nail in the wall or something. It's there's a difference.
You know, it's
And
so
I'm
funny,
seeing
Mama, but I don't think I've ever heard women as assertive as you are to speak to their needs. Like I think that's a very good quality because oftentimes I think as women in a weird kind of way we deprive ourselves of our needs. And I think it goes back to what you said, Marva, where we are taught a certain way to say certain things or don't say certain things, act a certain way. Um, so we end up in a weird kind of way depriving ourselves because we aren't going to speak out, you know?
mm,
I think that is so important how when you feel there's something that you want to do, you make it known, you know.
well,
So we are saying that our products are able to give a type of rebirth to some
Yes,
mm,
things that might have died, some
mm-hmm,
flame that might have been waning,
mm-hmm.
fanning back the fire and the flame in the relationship
Yes,
because the modes are being fixed, physically
yes.
organs are being fixed,
Mm-hmm.
emotionally people are feeling a little more connected and
We're
things of that
losing
nature.
weight.
Yeah, somebody's reshaping and it's looking
Yes,
great. And
yes,
we are seeing that the products are helping. And if you're sleeping better, then you can perform better. As soon
yes.
as you wake up, you're in the mood and things of that nature. You don't feel too exhausted and too tired. You feel refreshed and
yeah,
revived, and you feel like getting the groove on.
yeah,
So
and I think
And,
that's the bottom line right there. And I think people need to understand that we're not we're not tooting our own horn. These are facts. These are things that our products can actually do. They can literally aid and assist in making sure that the bedroom is taken care of.
yeah,
And, just to know that we've had 30 something people on this line this evening, they've stayed on, it tells me it's a necessary conversation. It isn't like this is a conversation that doesn't need to be had. Even though I wish more people would talk, but like Marva said, next time, just don't come on with your name. Eh? Just come on with a daughter. And if you want to talk in a British accent, we'll accept it, darling. You can speak however you wish.
yeah, yeah.
But I think the conversation is definitely needed. And like you say, King Clive, our products can do it. Our
Yes.
products can assist on so many levels. And Clive, as you always talk about the Hasaki, and I know people sometimes think like, why is he saying it the way he says it, and why does he put so much emphasis on that? But when I heard Dr. Lee Lane of Cleveland Clinic, when he said that the product is able to turn down your testosterone and your estrogen as needed, to me, right there, that tells me we have an amazing product. That's the intelligent force within the product. It's literally able to turn it down. If it realizes that your testosterone levels are too high, it turns it down. If your estrogen levels need to be turned up, it turns it up. Like when and where? Where do you find a product that can actually do that? Has the
Can you
intelligent
imagine?
ability
I guess
to
the word
understand what?
I guess the word they use is modulation.
Yes, there we go.
Yes, Yeah, so you modulate stuff, like the temperature gauge in a house. You turn it up or you turn it down. That is the intelligence of the body, as you're saying. And the products are able to help. And of course, you see the role of the microbiome in that, because that is the microbiome role to modulate stuff in the body. So when you take these nutrients, you're treating the microbiome, you're nourishing the microbiome, restoring the health to the microbiome, and you find that you get the side benefits of that is that you get this modulation, things turned up, things turned down. Because things are out of whack, because we're so exposed to toxins that shows off the balance of these chemicals in the body, endocrine disruptors. That's not small enough.
Wow, I love it right there. Endocrine disruptors.
Those are
Yeah.
not small. Even the things they use to wash your clothes have chemicals in it. These are
Yep.
endocrine disruptors.
I know.
Contraceptive pills, endocrine disruptors. The things that
So are you saying to me, Clive, this is something that, if I decide to choose that I want to live a healthier, longer life, this is something that I need, not want, not desire, but need in my life to really bring it about to a positive direction and in the right direction.
Yes, because what are the role of Bellage is to remove heavy metals and toxins and debris and these chemicals from the body. That's one of the role in the internal shower. So you're gonna get a better response because you're having something now to remove the toxins that are disrupting your endocrine system.
Wow.
This is big. This is not small. So,
No.
so the level of science that has gone into these products, it's not just an ordinary supplement you're taking. You're taking supplement with attitude.
And
It's
this how
Wow.
we become
it's
superhuman
it's going to
because
fix.
we are fixed. We're fixed up now. All the things, all the debris from all these years. This one young lady, she's using the Hasaki, and she says, I the only one problem with the Hasaki, when I use it, when I take it, I always spot. I'm spotting. I said, so, I thought about it, and so I asked her, I said, have you ever had a miscarriage? She said, yes, I had too. A few years ago. I said, there's a Hasaki sweeping out the debris, it's taking it out because
Dr.
she's not feeling
Marva.
any pain. Hmm?
Dr. Marva. Your microbiome working.
Yeah, let me tell you, these formulas, and because I don't like to call them products, but sometimes I say products just to let somebody who I'm speaking to understand. But these formulates in such a way that it fixes everything. Yeah, and our minds, even our minds. I gave this gentleman the very next day. He says, "Mama, my head feels better. My head feels different. I have more clarity." One day,
Mm-mm.
Yep.
Yeah.
and I'm saying like, wow, because this is the thing, when I don't know what the scientists were thinking of when they were creating this. Did they think as far ahead as what the end results are? Because if this was the case, man, their brain would weigh like 4 pounds instead of three, you know,
Yeah.
because
Well, I mean,
this
when you
is so
hear Dr. Diaz, Queen Marva, when you hear him talk about the purpose, the reason,
smart.
one of his biggest reasons is his mother, right? His mother. He wanted to see his mother have longevity, no pain, no creaks, no cracks.
Mhm.
And then, like he said, I didn't go out to solve anything in the body, but to bring the
Mhm.
body to balance and allow the body to do what God created.
Exactly. And
And guys, y'all don't understand how powerful just that. Just
yes,
that, nothing else.
yeah.
If you didn't hear anything tonight, and you heard that the Balage and our product system can assist and aid in bringing your body to balance, because people on here might ask, well, I have this wrong with me, and what do I take? The product system. Oh, and I have the product system,
Yeah.
and I also the product system, and then the product system. And we will tell you if you cannot afford all, because yes, they pricey, they cost money because they're quality. If you cannot afford all, start with the Balage.
But you know
And if
something
you,
though, Dr. Ruthann, a lot of people can afford these products, these formulas without um any issues at all. financially. And even if they really can't, when I started out, I said to Bev, I can't afford these. And she says, Marva, sign up. This is the last time you'll ever talk about money. It's the last time you'll see you can't afford it. And I said, okay, use my last money, put it in. And right away, I was able to pay my auto ship before I even get my products.
Right.
Right? So it's like it seems like it's not affordable, but it really is, because you get the chance to get free products. You get the chance to earn money to buy your products. That's what you need.
Right.
And this is why we're doing all these things, and we're asking the question now, what is your why are you doing this? Why did you want to do this? Because it's important to know what is the situation. Why is it? Because if you have a why, you would not be complaining about the price. you
Exactly.
know
Okay.
you would not complain about authorship, all those things. You're not complaining about that, because there's a value to your life. How much are you worth? We'll go to the hairdresser, we'll buy the best dress, but on our inside, it's not dressed at all. It's left raw and naked and nasty, because we just want to look good on the outside. We don't care if we act like we're crazy, as long as we have on the best dress, and the bottom of her shoes is red, and we're wearing so much perfume and cologne. People are choking around you, but you don't want to fix your inside. And I'm not cursing anybody. I'm not upset with anybody. You have to know what is your value. How do you see yourself? Are you worth it? Right? Because guess what? If you don't take them, somebody else is going to take it. Somebody else is going to feel great when you're not feeling great. This one girl, she's blind. And her kidneys are 22%. I'm
Oh,
offering
wow.
to give her for free. I'm giving her for free. And that was just one time. I even ordered the package, and she says, "Well, I'll tell you when you can bring them." She didn't take them. I paid for those five and get two free for her, and she didn't take them. So what is it? It can't be the cost. And
Yeah.
she
What
comes
what are
here and
what are
says,
our excuses? What are we making excuses for?
I'm sorry?
No, I said, what are our excuses? Why are we making excuses? We're gonna constantly make an. We'll always have an
I don't
excuse.
know.
Like we keep on finding an excuse instead of really finding
I,
the
I, I
solution,
don't
which
know,
is
because when
which
people
is
have
fun.
no more reasons to complain or to find other reasons to not, you know, it's too simple. Maybe they like it
Right.
first. I said to her, "You take the chemicals the doctor give you, and you live alone. You still live alone. We're taking that. This thing is killing your kidneys. The doctor who gave them to you, wait until you had 22% of your kidney functions before telling you to stop taking the metformin."
Wow.
Yeah. And she's still not taking them for free.
Well, well, guys, I know we don't want to keep you any longer. We've gone past our hour, but
Oh, uh-oh.
we just wanted everybody to know the Sankey formulas. We are here to stay. We are here to help. We are here to serve a person to a better lifestyle. We don't cure or heal or mitigate any disease. We don't claim to, but we just need you to know that we do have solutions. We have solutions for you to try, to get on board with, to get back to the person that brought you this call. And prayerfully, we'll have the call again next week.
Yeah, we will.
So, be here again at 10 o'clock, invite a guest, invite a friend. And like we said, come incognito so you can talk to us. We
Yeah.
want to speak to you. We don't want to hear ourselves. We are
Yeah.
here to have a conversation. We're here to talk about life and how our product system can assist with that. So with that being said, I'm going to pass it over to the king, Charlie himself.
Can I just say one more thing quickly?
Oh, yes, please, go ahead. Go ahead.
For people here who would like to have a certain conversation, something that matters to you in this arena, you can drop it in the chat to Dr. Ruth, and you can do it for me, for Clive, for Lisa. You just say something that this is what I'd like us to discuss, and maybe we'll get together and see how we do that. Okay.
Definitely, the conversation and topics are open. We're just trying to find light conversation, but we know it's serious on the other end of it. But we want to make sure that we're getting across the information that's necessary.
Yeah.
So Charlie, take us out.
Good, great. Wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for shining in. Thank you for just being there. And thank you for the panelists. And thank you for Lady New Church for shining in, Lisa, Marva, Dr. Ruthan, and for myself. We just want to see how we can get this energy going.
Veronica too.
Miss Veronica.
Veronica was there too. Excellent. Thank you so much. So we just are happy that you shone in, and we are now looking forward to see how we can speak about stuff that is really an observation I've made. It may not be very easy for someone who has their spouse nearby to say some things openly. So it is better that we have a panel that we discussed among ourselves, so that they made us listen, but they can't say anything, just for preventing misunderstanding. So we can sort of understand.
That's what I say. Slip us a note.
Yeah.
That's what I meant when you talk about playing. See
Yeah.
the difference?
We can talk about it. If you pass it to us, we can create the conversation.
Yes, we have to create the conversation. So tell us the topics, and we will know how to work with it. All right, we're going to close in prayer right now. So we assume a posture of prayer. So Lord, we thank you. Thank you that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. Thank you for the conversations tonight. We pray that someone's somehow benefited from this conversation because they thought it was meaningful. Lord, we ask you to bless our families as we go to rest. Cause us to rest in you. Watch over us, protect us. Help us in this particular COVID season to remain relevant. Bless our families, protect us, and keep us, we pray. In Jesus' precious name, amen.
Amen.
Amen. Have a good night, all. Please take care of yourself.
Good night.
Amen.
Guys.
Good night, everyone. Bye.
Bye. Yeah.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for staying. After Clive kept us so long.
Good night. Be safe. Awesome call.
Okay, thank you.
Miss Karen, you speaking now?
You get so much trouble, Mama.
I'm coming.
So you see how your voice sound nice over the microphone? So next week, Thursday, you can say something. So come with something.
Thank you all, guys.
Yes, I will. Definitely.
All right, great. You're invited. Thank you. And Miss Beverly.
Thank you. I have my testimony. I'll come when you have a Wednesday night. I'll come on.
You see, you should drop it in here because it probably fit.
I'll tell you when. I'm waiting for my doctor for result.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right. Good to hear.
Okay.
God
Yeah,
bless
have a
you.
good night.
Good night.
Take care now. Right then.
Good